I'd like to thank all the attendees here, here to support my fellow inductees here tonight. I know a lot of you guys got to drive a while away, and appreciate you guys coming. I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame selection committee for selecting me and the rest of the guys, and I'd like to congratulate the rest of the inductees up here tonight. You guys are all amazing athletes. And I heard all you guys are basically all around my age, so this is great. I get to see all you guys again, Monty Mack and all these guys. This is quite an honor. So as I said before, this is a long way from where I came. I walked onto UMass, and to be standing up here to be inducted into the Hall of Fame it's really yeah, hard work pays off, but this is really quite an honor. This is hitting me a little harder than I thought. All right. So first and foremost, when I was thinking about what I'm going to write about, and I think you don't get here, none of the people here have gotten here by themselves. And I think my time would best be spent thanking the people who helped me get here. So first and foremost, I'd like to thank my parents, Akeen and Christy, who are in the back. They made the trip. They say you can't pick your family, you can't choose your family. It's a good thing, because I would not have been able to choose a better family. My mom and my dad were always there for me and my brother, always very supportive of us. My dad and my mom, they taught me, a lot of strong values, the importance of strong work ethic. Told me it's unconditional love, and they told me, enjoy yourself every once in a while. And that they taught me. So those things, they've molded me into the man that I am today. And I really, as a parent now, I try and emulate them, and I appreciate it. They're both, and the other thing is, they're both about like 5'6", 5'8"-ish. I appreciate they didn't give me all of that. That would have been hard to be up here at 5'6". I was taller than like the 8th grade. The asthma I could have done without it, but I'll take it. Who else? Coach Hardy. So my high school coach came up with me tonight. I don't know if a lot of people would know this story. Maybe Coach Whipple might be the only one who knows this story. So I was a walk-on at UMass, but the only reason I was a walk-on at UMass is that man right there. I wasn't heavily recruited out of Nashua High, and he came up to me one day in April, and I did the math. I was looking on a calendar. It's about 3 weeks, 18 years plus 3 weeks, plus or minus 3 weeks. I think it's minus 3 weeks. He came up to me and he said, "Kole, wear a suit tomorrow." He was my football coach and the gym teacher in high school. He said, "Kole, wear a suit tomorrow, and I'm going to take you to UMass." Okay. Sure, I'll wear a suit to school tomorrow. So we jump in his pickup truck. We drive out to, on Route 2 and then 202, and it's in the woods. I'm like, where are we going? What is this place? What is going on? And we show up at the Boyden Building. I meet Joyce in the front office, the basement of the Boyden Building where the old football offices were, and Coach Hodges and Coach Azzanero waiting for us there. And he had this all set up for me. We brought some film. I met with Coach Hodges and Coach Azzanero, who's the defensive coordinator. Coach Hodges was the head coach. And, we watched the film, and they were making jokes about how they could see cows on the field because we're from New Hampshire and the whole deal. And so how I ended up at UMass is, honest to God, Coach Hodges looks at me and he says, "Okay, we saw the film. It was, you're a good player. We gave all away our scholarships 2.5 months ago. Signing day was February. This is April. What's your problem?" So I'm like, he's like, "If you apply, you can come to university, and you can show up at August for camp. And please let me apply." So I applied. I got accepted, and the rest was history. So I got to. That was my recruiting chip to UMass. It's not as sexy as some other ones, but all right. So I'd also like to thank Coach Whipple. Big shout out to Coach Whipple. Coach Whipple. Whip was he's a great leader, unbelievable winner. And if you want to have a great time, sit around a bunch of former Coach Whip players near Whip and just let them tell stories. The greatest, I will never tell any of these stories here, mic'd or any of that stuff, but they are the greatest stories. He came in and just kind of changed everything. You know what? What's another big part of the reason why I'm still here? So as a walk-on, Coach Hodges, we had not the most successful season my freshman year, but which was nice because a freshman got to play a little mop-up duty. So Coach Hodges stepped down from the coaching position, and I was still a walk-on, and I had played a little bit, and I thought I was doing all right. I'm like, you know, I'm going to try and get a scholarship. But there was about 6 weeks where there was no coach. There was no coach. There was no nothing. We were just kind of here on our own, lifting if you wanted to. And I went to media play. I don't know if you guys remember. This is a place on the mall. So I went to media play. I bought like two 4-packs of VHS players. I walked into the video room. I figured out how to use the equipment. I put a tape in every one. I taped every play that I made, that I played in that season, and I sent it to everybody in our conference, just looking for a scholarship. Because my brother had got a scholarship at Delaware. It's terrible. No, he was good. He wasn't terrible, but I thought I had some game. So I had 2 sacks against Delaware. So I made these tapes and I sent them out everywhere. And I did not want to leave this program. I love the guys here. I love Tommy DeMaro, my roommate. I love Coach Altrando, and I love living in Thoreau. I love the campus, but I felt like I deserved a scholarship, and I wasn't quite sure what the future held for me. So so Coach Whipple and Coach Brown, he's our defense coordinator. He met with all of us, and I gave him the film, and I met with Coach Brown. I met with Coach Whipple, and I said, "Here's my film. I'm a walk-on. Take a look at it." So I drove home, and I wish I could remember the dates. I really wish. I get hit in the head a lot. I wish I could remember the dates exactly, but sometime during winter break, and it was early on, that Coach Whipple called me up and said, "Kole, I saw the film. I think you're a heck of a player, and I'd like to give you a scholarship." And probably, it was the proudest moment of my life, because I felt like you earned something. I learned the hard way the whole way through, but I earned it. And Coach Whipple saw my potential, and he recognized it, and he appreciated it, and I thank him. And I really did. I could tell stories all night. I was here 4 years. We had a great time. I'd be remiss. There's Coach Brown, Coach Michaels, Coach Dudzinski, all these great guys. Coach Otrando, who's not here tonight, couldn't make it. He was a strength coach here. He was a big part of my time here. He's one of those guys that he's making fun of me. He saw me. All right, I'll tell this quick story, real quick. So as a freshman, I was like 185 pounds, trying to play linebacker, and I could run. That was about it. And he saw me. He's like, "Ayi, you can't play linebacker Division I with those skinny legs of yours. What are you doing?" So I'm like, I don't know. This is who I am, and I didn't realize that the weight room can really change things. So on squat days, so we lift during the season as football players. And Coach Otrano was big into squats and Olympic lifts. So on squat days before practice, he would pull me aside and make me do extra squat days. They were called down sets. It was a little lighter but higher reps. And I was like, this guy hates me. Does he want me to be able to walk during practice or what? What is his problem? It drove me crazy. But I appreciated it, because then I could finally start knocking some people over instead of just chasing them. So Coach Otrano, he went the extra mile. And a lot of people went the extra mile for me, and I really appreciated it. All right, I lied. One more story. Kari Sandler. So, as a freshman, walk-on, I knew nothing about the program. I was on campus for about 25 minutes, and there's this name you kept hearing. So in August, you show up for camp before all the other students. The only people here are the band. You show up for all the other students, and I kept hearing the same name, Kari. Oh my God, it's Kari. Kari's here. I don't know. It was like Madonna or something. It had this one name, that was it. But it was like this one name person. And out comes this man. I'm like a little kid. and out comes this man with muscles in his face. I didn't know faces had muscles, and he was just like, oh my dear Lord, who is this guy? And he comes out. So this during our orientation, we're looking at the weight room, and they're showing us all this stuff. And I swear they did this on purpose, though. It was really a mind screw. Like, you were really just like, what? So all the freshmen are sitting here. We're learning about the weight room, and out comes Bakari Sammy, who has been working for the, I think he was working for housing or something. And he's got his grays on, cut off sleeves, and he's about to break the world record in power cleans or something in front of all of us. And so there's a bunch of like 17, 18-year-olds like, okay, this is the cool weight room, and then out comes Kari, just puts on this ungodly amount of weight on the power clean bar, and boom, like hits it and drops the weight. It's bouncing, and we're like, oh my God, where are we? Like, I kid you not, we were terrified. And like all the running backs are like, oh, I'm so glad I don't have to hit him. I'm like, yeah. That's what I get to do every day at practice. I'm gonna go hit Kari. Sweet. Can't wait. But eventually, after a while, I did hit Kari a couple times, and it wasn't so bad. He ain't so tough. But UMass kind of became my home. I got a million other stories, but I'm gonna end it right there. So thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.